Can a man handle strong single mothers?
That's not the question. The question is, should he want to handle a strong single mother? And what's your definition of a strong single mother?
Well,
Right? What's the definition? What do you mean by that?
a woman who has her life together, meaning that she's educated, she's taking care of her business. She may have her own home, have a secure place to stay, have a nice income coming in. She's handling her business in all forms of way, emotionally, spiritually, financially. She's able to take care of all of the things that are required as a mother.
What is an average single mother doing?
Well, an average single mother would be a mother that hasn't quite got there yet. She hasn't laid the foundation. She's working on those things, so she could still be in school. She could be working on securing a place to stay, and still is in need of others to may help her along the way. But she is doing the work to get there. She may have financially got everything the way it is, but she may still be working on some emotional things or some distress from the previous relationship or the lack of having help with the relationship. So that means she's a work in progress. She's not quite there as the strong single mother, but she's working towards that.
Yeah, I think that's what I think that's like how y'all want to put it. But when people come out and women come out and start talking about a strong single mother, it means to me as okay, you just want to be one of them type of women that just you get in a relationship and you want to just say whatever you want to say, do whatever you want to do, and that's how what I think about it.
No, not no.
Because what you just listed are things that a person should just be doing in general. You got to take care of yourself.
But
You got to put a roof over your head. You got to pay your bills on time. That should be just regular stuff right there.
not all women have mastered that when they're single moms. They still need some help in that transition. They may be getting help from family, they may be getting help from friends. They may have not become that independent woman that can manage all of those areas on their own, and they may have some weak areas in finances. They may still be struggling in finances because they haven't secured the proper job that provides them with the money and the finances that they need to manage all areas of their life. So yes, a strong single mother is a mother who has managed all areas of her life without the help of someone else. Meaning she doesn't need her family. She has childcare in order. She has her house in order. She can pay all her bills without having to seek others to help her. She's secured a good job where she makes the financial money and means that she needs to provide her kids with the best life without help. That's what that means. It doesn't mean that she wants to jump into a relationship and dominate the relationship because she has her stuff together. No, that's not what that equates to.
Why wouldn't a man be able to handle a woman that just take care of herself?
Well, come on. Now, you're not even going to go there and act like there are not men out there that are intimidated by strong, independent women. You're not going to sit there and say that because we see it all the time. You have your strong males who are very, that what we quote alpha male. We have those men who are strong in finance, they're strong emotionally, they're strong spiritually, they're strong socially. They got their bodies together, their mind together. You have those men that are in that category and they welcome a woman who has herself together and don't mind because what she has is not of any means to him, meaning that what he needs from her is not financial. He don't need her to come with money, but he needs her to have a financial mindset. But he doesn't need her money because he's already established in all areas. But then you have these other men who are on the other side who are one maybe looking for a woman to bring them up or to come up on her back and want to lean on her, or he's constantly butting heads with her because she has her own and she can manage her own. He wants to butt heads with her and cause confusion in our house because he's not where he needs to be. He may be doing a little something, but when you look at him independently, he's not together. So you do have those kind of men, and let's not act like they're not out there. They're opportunistic men who are out there seeking women who have their stuff together and come to do harm. They don't all come to do good. They come and they're jealous, they're insecure, they don't have their finance together, and then everything they want to project and turn it on the woman like she bad. Oh, you're too masculine. You're too dominant. You don't know how to submit. Well, give me something to submit to.
What kind of men are we talking about here? I mean, you say, can men handle a strong single mother? What kind of men are we talking about?
Well, that's what I'm asking you.
What? Not all men can handle nothing.
Correct.
So what kind of men? We have to categorize these men, put them in what class, what grade or what level of man are you talking about? That's what I'm trying to get at. I mean, if you're talking about a Dusty, well, yeah, if he ain't got nothing, well, yeah, he gonna think you a little bit above him. If he ain't got nothing, a pot to piss in, or one to throw it out of course he gonna think like that. But what kind of men are we talking about?
So for conversation's sake, let's say men who are whole, men who are together, meaning they're. I hate to use that like high value man, but let's say the man who has himself together. He's strong financially, he's strong mentally, emotionally, spiritually. This man has himself together. He in all areas of his life, he has his stuff together. Even in his mindset, his way of thinking, his approach, how he's able to lead. He understands his role, and he's actively pursuing finding a wife or a partner in life. Can those men handle a strong woman, a strong mother?
Okay, if he has his stuff together, first of all, why would he want a woman that's broken to pieces? I mean, like if he find a woman that don't have everything together and she's a beautiful woman, like I know, a lot of men will say, okay, let me test and see, let me test the water.
Wait. We never said the woman was broken to
hold
pieces.
Hold up.
Okay.
Let me show you where I'm going with this here. Of course, we know that men will go down to Walmart and pick a woman up, and she could be living in the project and barely be making it. We know men will date those kind of women and fall in love with those kind of women. So why if he had a choice to say, okay, I'd much rather meet that same beautiful woman, but she has her stuff together. Vice versa, meet the same beautiful woman and she not have her stuff together. Of course, he want to take the ones that have their stuff together, I would think. But when you say a strong woman and he got his stuff together, he just like you said in all the categories, what difference would that make with the man? What difference would it make? So I say that to say this. The only difference it would make is she would be very opinionated, and she wouldn't be the type of woman that he could tell what she wouldn't listen to him.
No. The question is single mother. So it's motherhood. You hear men always say they would prefer a woman without children.
Okay.
So what we're saying, those men who have themselves together, why is it taboo or frowned upon to choose single mothers that are together? They're whole. They got themselves together. Why are men afraid to choose? I wouldn't say afraid, but why don't men consider those women? Because they're mothers? Does that discount them?
You're saying a strong single mother.
Mother, correct.
Okay, okay. You're saying just dating a woman with children, but she
Single
has
mother.
all her stuff together.
Correct.
Okay. I got it. I mean, that would boil down to whether you want to be a stepfather or not. Mm-hmm. That's all that would boil down to. Is the woman worth the headache of the children? That's what it's gonna boil down to. Is he gonna want to go through that? You know, okay, he might not want to have to deal. Depends on what situation is with the father. It depends on if he want to be the stepdad and play the role of, hey, these children are not mine, and they're never gonna see me as their father,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna have to pretty much. Uh, I guess if they're old, I'm assuming you're talking about young children. So am I gonna want to have to be in their life a certain way and basically help take care of them, and they get up and I'm still not their father, and they still don't look at me as the same, and I don't get no credit for doing whatever I have to do to help raise the kids. So that's going to be his mindset if he's willing to go through that. And I'm not saying guys shouldn't go through that or whatever, but that's a decision that you're going to have to make. And why would a man want to get with a woman that has children that don't have a stuff together, unless he's just out here wanting to, just chasing beauty, if that's the case. But I guess what I'm saying is we use the word strong single mother. And when women say I'm a strong woman, that usually means that I'm very opinionated. I want to say and be the way I am, or in so many words, be disrespectful whenever I'm upset or whenever I want to fly off at the mouth and say what I want to say and do what I want to do and be controlling. I want to be 50-50 in control, but whenever shit go wrong, I want to throw the blame on you. That's what it means.
No,
That's what it means. Because
no.
I don't see why a man would want a woman that's a single mother that's not together, that don't have a good job. I mean, that don't have a job and that's struggling. Why,
Well,
vice versa, getting a woman that has children and she's not struggling.
I think when you equate the word strong and the word independent to a woman, some men automatically gravitate to your analogy, your explanation of that. You know that that means she's opinionated. That means she doesn't want to be led. She wants to not be told what to do in a relationship. I think men automatically allude to that when you use those words when you're describing a woman, because of course strong is not typically a word that you want to describe a woman with to a man. Most men want to hear that the woman is kind, that she's nice, that she's gentle. But having strength doesn't equate always to being argumentative or combative or aggression when it comes to a woman. We just, social media has allowed us to allude that when you use those words, that's what that means, that that woman wants to be dominant in some form of way. But she can be strong and still be very feminine and very soft. She's strong in the things she needs to do to navigate through life for her kids. But it doesn't mean that she doesn't want a man to come along so that she doesn't have to always exercise that strength.
No, I get it. I get it. I mean, overcoming stuff. But why wouldn't a man? Why would you? Why would? Why is this thing that women like to say is a man can't handle a strong woman? And I know we talking about single mother, a
Mm-hmm.
strong mom. Why wouldn't you want to handle? I mean, what? Why would you have a woman that, by your definition, not have their stuff together if that is what strong mean?
Well, I'm not going to say in every case that analogy is used to describe some women. Yes, in some cases it is, like you say, it's used to describe a woman who maybe wants to be controlling, maybe wants to be dominant in a relationship and doesn't want to be led in a relationship. Yes, the word strong in some occasions can be meant to describe that type of woman, but here we're not speaking of that type of woman. Strong here means she's she's well put together. She's doing what she's supposed to manage her kids in all areas of life. Why are those women not favored with men? Why is it that and like you said, it's all the things of dealing with the baggage that men equate to coming with kids. With a woman that already has children, it's the baggage that comes along with her based on what you said.
Just